Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country.
Thank you. Warami, Nalawa. Good afternoon and welcome to the lands of the Biomolecular. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country itself and its people, and to thank the university for its acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here today. That acknowledgement is important for our people, particularly for our elders. My family descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter, Bulungari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and with her newly acquired skills, lobbied and ultimately secured some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name from. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in traditional times when clan groups were smaller and people abided by the strict sharing laws, which meant that the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune with us enjoyed by all, your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community. And you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we do it well. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use opportunities like this to recommend them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 200 years ago, he described the people he encountered at Botany Bay as one of the happiest people he had ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools that they carried. They were naked, they made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without tilling it. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, no armies, no homelessness. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, and they were shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state with fire and responsible harvesting. Our watercourses and rivers were clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. Now remember, this is not a dream or an ideal. This was normal life, and not so very long ago. And I don't think there is any reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a whole lot more of us now, but we're a clever people, and there is still much magic in the world. So I would say expect great and wonderful things from your lives. It's normally good, and we're supposed to be happy. If we keep following the promptings of that beautiful spirit that brought you this far, who knows where it's going to take us. Hopefully to a world we can be proud of and one that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by getting off and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Yano, welcome to country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the Deputy Chancellor of Macquarie University, Elizabeth Crouch.
Thank you, Chris, for that very warm welcome to country. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's my great privilege as Deputy Chancellor of Macquarie University to preside at this very important ceremony today. First, I welcome our graduates. I hope this will be a very happy and memorable occasion for you all. You deserve to take pride, great pride in your graduation today. Completing a degree is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind. You need determination and perseverance. And you need to make many sacrifices. But that hard work has paid off, and I congratulate each of you on your achievements. Today, I also want to especially welcome those of you who are sitting behind and beside our graduates as their invited guests, because you've all done well too. The very fact that you're here, invited by one of our graduates to share one of the great days of their lives, is proof positive that you've been an important influence. So, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, cousins, sons and daughters, grandmothers and grandfathers, girlfriends, boyfriends, lovers, or whoever you are, congratulations and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. I have another important service for you to perform for our newest graduates, as they will soon become. I want you to make sure that the degree they receive today is never ever put in a bottom drawer, but is always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. In other words, if our graduates are too modest to proclaim their success, we want you to do it for them. The ceremony that we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals. From the time of the very first graduations in Europe more than 800 years ago, graduates have been wearing robes similar to those worn by our graduates today and participating in ceremonies just like this. Indeed, throughout history, graduations have remained a defining feature in the life of every university and its students. Graduations remain an intrinsic part of life here at Macquarie, and today we're proud to host this time-honoured ceremony for our newest graduates. Our university takes its name from Australia's greatest colonial governor, Governor Lachlan Macquarie, a man whose greatness and achievements was never acknowledged by his contemporaries, but only by history. We learnt at school that Macquarie was a great builder, but perhaps his greatest legacy had nothing to do with bricks and mortar. Instead, it lay in his commitment to establishing the new colony as an egalitarian society, which is the foundation of the Australian notion of a fair go for all. And it is that legacy that we here at Macquarie strive to maintain and honour. Like Governor Macquarie, we seek to transform and improve people's lives, not only of our own students, but also of people all around the globe. We achieve this through the educational experience of our graduates and by the fruits of our research. From the very beginning, Macquarie University defied the traditional boundaries of academia, instead pioneering new learning and teaching approaches that challenged conventional thinking. We shifted thinking and empowered our students to learn in new and exciting ways. Importantly, our students at Macquarie now guide what and how they learn. Each of our graduates today has found a route to success, a route that is as unique as they are. Your journey here today will in turn guide and inspire the students that follow you. And here at Macquarie, you didn't just learn from us, we also learnt from you. As students, you helped us to enhance our collective research and knowledge and improve the services and support we provide. Your vision for tomorrow guides us further as we position future generations for work and success in the world that you will in fact create. Part of this vision involves developing our campus and boosting our capacity for research. And in the past few years, we have built new facilities, including the Macquarie University Hospital, which you may have seen on your way here, the Australian Hearing Hub, the Simulation Hub, and a state-of-the-art media centre in the Faculty of Arts. Each of these are world-class facilities, some might say even unique. But there is more to come. Over the coming years, we will further enhance our facilities to ensure that Macquarie remains at the cutting edge of world research. We know the world is facing big questions, and Macquarie aims to provide the tools to our students to find the answers. We have a global network of Macquarie alumni, which now numbers over 170,000 graduates living across more than 140 countries. We have more than 4,000 staff and nearly 40,000 students, and hold a ranking in the top 2% of universities in the world. We are developing at a rapid pace, but are proud of our heritage and our beginnings. Scientists and engineers at Macquarie work on tomorrow's technology next door to museums housing some of the world's most ancient artefacts. Our medical students look for cures to crippling illnesses, while our leading business minds develop new economic models. The amenity and peacefulness of Macquarie providing the space for critical thinking and imagination. And it's this balance of world-leading knowledge and facilities, coupled with Macquarie's spectacular natural beauty, that gives members of our community the freedom to think and grow. We want Macquarie to always be a leader in teaching and learning, and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. It is a unique environment and a unique community of scholars and friends. And in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of Macquarie University alumni. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Miss Vicky Waters, the Principal of Pymble Ladies College. With over 20 years as an educational leader in both Queensland and New South Wales, Vicky is at the forefront of educational leadership and innovation. Pymble Ladies College has over 2,100 students from kindergarten to year 12. Since Vicky assumed the role of principal at Pymble Ladies College, the college has been acknowledged as one of the top 5 boarding schools in the world outside the United Kingdom. In 2015, the college was one of only 4 not-for-profit community organisations nationally recognised in the Australian Company Growth Awards. In 2013, Vicky was the New South Wales finalist in the Telstra Businesswoman of the Year Awards. She sits on the Macquarie University Science and Engineering Advisory Council, the Advisory Board of the University of Sydney Education and Social Work, and on the Association of Independent Schools for New South Wales and the ACT's Advisory Council. She is also the chair of the Association of Independent Schools Centre for Excellence. It is now my very great pleasure to introduce and invite Miss Vicky Waters to deliver our occasional address. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Waters.
Deputy Chancellor, Executive Dean of Science and Engineering faculty members, distinguished guests, but most importantly, graduands, family and friends. Thank you very much for the opportunity to address you today. It is really a privilege for me to be here in such esteemed company. When I look at the various hats of different times, of different qualifications, I feel quite humble indeed. For you, the graduands, you are here because it's now time to embark on the next stage of your life. Your life and a career that you've earned and deserved through your intelligence, design, thought, and hard work. Congratulations, you've made it. Today is really all about you, and I wonder what the response was to a question that you were probably asked when you were just knee-high. What do you want to be when you grow up? I wonder if your answer was a scientist or an engineer. I imagine that from when you were asked that first question, much has changed. Well, today, you are scientists or you are engineers. The question now is, what do you want to do? You are really very fortunate in graduating in 2016. You are fortunate because it really is a golden age of unmitigated creativity and innovation, where STEM-trained graduates are in very high demand. Futurists estimate that you will enjoy around 17 different careers across 5 industries in your professional life? It's almost unimaginable, and for somebody of my vintage, completely unimaginable. 17 different roles, 17 different careers. So what is the skill set that you bring with you? I think you have a skill set that is innate and natural because you are the education that you've received here at Macquarie University. You're digitally literate, that's a given. You're bilingual in the sense of being both critical thinkers and problem solvers, but you're also communicators and sharers. There is not an element of our world that has not been dramatically changed by the influence of a scientist or an engineer. Health, infrastructure, technology, agriculture, transport, the list goes on. Your potential is endless. Look at Larry Page and Sergi Brin, who met as students at university. I know you know of them. For these two young men, they started a company to experiment with search algorithms. Today, we call their company Google. You, of course, have that within you. You may not realise it fully just yet, but as your career advances, you'll grow to understand just how differently you've been taught to think. Very few people actually think like a scientist or an engineer. There's a logic, there's a pragmatism, but there's also a dreaming and creativity within you, just by virtue of the skill set and the applications that you practice. So what will you stand for? How will you make your mark? How can you be remarkable? Well, I'd like to offer perhaps 3 answers to those questions. I don't pretend they're profound at all, but hopefully if you enact them, they will profoundly influence your life and your career. The first is this: be ethical. In every industry, in every boardroom, in every corridor, in every office, in every laboratory, you will be faced with decisions. Decisions about what words to say, what news to share, what allegiances to form. Tread softly and practice great wisdom from the moment you begin your professional work. The habits and the behaviours you put in place as a young graduate will shape your career and shape the opinions of those above and around you. Of course, in your field of expertise, you also answer to another higher calling, and that's the moral imperative and responsibility to act ethically to sustain our fragile planet. In all you do, hone your moral compass and stay true to it. The second really is just as practical. Be collaborative. You'll know even better than I that one of the keys to future success is your ability to collaborate with others across desks, walls, boundaries, oceans even. Your success will echo the power of your partnerships. Come with me for a moment just to consider how collaboration can propel you even as you begin your career. You all have heard of the Eiffel Tower. Perhaps you're not aware of how it was actually designed. Gustave Eiffel was an engineer. He owned his own company in turn-of-the-century Paris. His company was approached to design a suitable centrepiece for the 1889 World Fair, celebrating the centennial of the French Revolution. The Eiffel Tower, of course, bears his name and earned him great accolades and a fair amount of money. But the existence of this great structure is the result of a brave collaboration between 2 young engineers who were working with him. Together with an architect, they patented their design and sold it to to their boss. Pretty good thinking. Those of you who visited the Eiffel Tower will know that its design was born out of controversy. As in the way of great innovation, the plans and structure struck a great divide down the very centre of the country. Yet stand it does, as a monument not to war, but to true revolution, the remarkable collaboration of three young thinkers. It doesn't matter if your profession finds you most often in planes, on roads and bridges, or staring into Petri dishes. Right now, you are actually an artist with a blank canvas, upon which you can design your own greatness. But you can't do it alone. Be remarkable through collaboration. My third and final point is this: embrace failure. Don't misunderstand me here. I mean, success is wonderful. And for those of you who graduated today with academic awards, and those of you who are just so pleased to be graduating, you're all tasting of the sweetness of success. Enjoy it, savour it, but don't make it your master. Of the two, success and failure, failure actually has much to offer. It's where character is born and tenacity is honed. Success teaches you what works, but failure teaches you what does, and more importantly, what doesn't work. Like Archimedes and his amazing bathtub discovery, some of the greatest scientific breakthroughs have come through from unexpected results. That doesn't seem right. I'm not suggesting you hop into a bathtub to find a new scientific discovery. But it's often the adversity and the mistakes that offer you the greatest opportunity for growth. And what you do with these is what will make all of the difference. So in conclusion, the question I want to leave you with now that you've grown up, what do you want to do? And more importantly, what is the world that you want to create? Because it's in your hands. So congratulations on your graduation today. You should be very, very proud of your achievements. My very best wishes to you as you embark upon your next career. And just one final opportunity for me as an educator. If education interests you, we want the very best in STEM as teachers in our schools. My best wishes. Thank you.
I think there are some very important messages there about treading softly, thinking ethically, acting ethically, and thinking big. And I did like the plug at the end for the STEM teachers. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me again in thanking Vicky Waters for today's address. As Deputy Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at ceremonies such as today's and conferring degrees and diplomas on those who have complied with the university's requirements for such awards. But before I do so, I need to make sure that you've satisfied all the requirements that you need to in order to qualify for your degrees. Because apparently if I award a degree to you and you actually shouldn't have one, I can't take it off you. So I'm going to ask the Deputy Registrar to certify that you've done everything that you should have, that you've been to every lecture, you've handed in every assignment. Are you nodding? You're nodding. Hopefully you are. All right. So if I can ask the Deputy Registrar, Dee Anderson, to certify formally that we're ready to go. Thank you.
Deputy Chancellor, I certify that all the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. May I ask all candidates to now stand.
Could you pass the first test? All right. In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Deputy Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees and diplomas for which you have qualified. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our newest graduates.
Deputy Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. Please be seated. The faculty teaches courses and conducts research about people and our physical environment. It is the home to a number of internationally recognised research centres. It has close links with industry and is building future partnerships both internationally and here at Macquarie Park. The faculty includes research and study areas in biological sciences, chemistry, biomolecular sciences, chiropractic, computing, earth and planetary sciences, environment and geography, mathematics, physics, astronomy, engineering and statistics. Deputy Chancellor, I now call on Professor Barbara Mercier to present the graduates. Professor Mercier.
Deputy Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering whom you have admitted to degrees. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Biodiversity and Conservation. Lily Barnett. Jessica Esfeld. Caitlin Michelle Fabi. Thomas Grant Hickman. Ida Carolyn Lundbeck. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Chiropractic Science. Karina Heidi Drake. Amy Elizabeth Marshall. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Environment, Jiaming Xu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Marine Science, Louise Sydney Anderson. Molly Blackburn. Jacqueline Braddon. Gemma Ann Clifton. Anastasia Diakolis. Alexander Robinson. Amy Sutton. Amelia Takato. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Medical Sciences, Sean Anthony Barton. Dev Ashish Chola. Bintu Colley. Ahmed Abab Hamed Dehan. James Lawrence Ganner. Louis Kurt Garcia. Gerard Genova Jadera. Aryan Ghaffarian Shirazi. Alice Lamb. Daniel Latouf. Hu Hu Tran. Joseph Omeni Hazi. Petra Mary Valles. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science. Highwell Barker. Naomi Bircher. Tony Cha. James Thomas Churches. Alexandra Cook. Natasha Delgado. Alexis Furtado. Christopher Giorgio. Sunita Shailendra Gune. Samantha Harris. Jonathan McLaren Kennedy. Tamara Ann Kirby. Christina Gade Wilhelm Kay. Desnika Ashley Kumar. Elizabeth Louisa Krager Lawson. Isabel Lazarou. Abby Elizabeth Mackay. Zain Marouche. Simon McDowell. James Miller. Henry Hamilton Nesbitt. Luke Olson. Emma Orland. Lachlan Palms. Alexander Robertson. Lara Ronsel. Amy Smart. Renee Ann Smythe. Brad Samogi. Liam James Steed. Douglas John Summers. Phoebe Saras Chloe Williams. Christina Lydia Wilson. Lauren Joan Wunder. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the Diploma of Education, Laura Spielman. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Professional Accounting, Haywei Chan. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Biotechnology with the Master of Commerce, Farhan Siahia bin Kamaruddin. Benita Bahara. Ujwal Jayakwa. Saurabh Vivek Tenpur. Akash Anish Vakil. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Accounting Professional with the Master of Commerce, Xia Li Xiaoxi. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Chiropractic, Bada El Dayani. Bilal Helou. Xia Liu. Daniel Yesbeck. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Conservation Biology, Lucy Hazel. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Laboratory Quality Analysis and Management, Danielle Reen Douglas. Danielle, sorry. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Marine Science and Management, Rosa Myra Mendoza Pineda. Dee Wu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Science, Julian Matthew Davey. Yogesh Nair. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Wildlife Management, Bronwyn Teagan Kershaw. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Philosophy, Jessica Kate Evans, for a thesis entitled Environmental Influences and Early Life Experiences on Immune Function of the Zebra Finch, Taniopigia guttata. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research. Generally, Adele Clark for a thesis entitled Female Reproductive Phylopatry and Male-Mediated Gene Flow in New South Wales Port Jackson Sharks. Slatislav Elisenko for a thesis entitled Map-Based Multifunctional Organocatalysts for Asymmetric Aza and Generic Morita-Bayliss-Hillman Reactions. Varsha Nanditha Naidu for a thesis entitled Physiological Functions of Multi-Drug Efflux Pumps in the Nosocomial Pathogen Acinetobacter baumannii. Michelle Suzanne Beckside for a thesis entitled Juvenile Song Learning in Regent Honeyeaters, Anthochera phrygia at Taronga Zoo, Australia. Elizabeth Whiteman for a thesis entitled Exploring the Genome Rearrangement System Scramble to Introduce Foreign DNA into Saccharomyces cerevisiae. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Marissa Jean Betts, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for a thesis entitled Fossils, Rocks and Cambrian Clocks, a multi-proxy approach to chronologically subdividing the Lower Cambrian of the Arawi Basin, South Australia. Dr. Saha Fazadnia for a thesis entitled Characterization of Antarctic Dissolved Organic Matter, Study of Chemical Structure of Fulvic Acid. Dr. Nicholas Adam Gadd for a thesis entitled Human UV Filters, UV Light and Oxidative Damage in Age-Related Nuclear Cataract. Dr. Priscilla Gonzalez for a thesis entitled Intracellular Basis of Climate Change Resilience in Oysters. Dr. Sayed Mohammad Hashimi Karoui for a thesis entitled Synthesis of Rigid Chiral Frameworks. Dr. Sarah Jacquet for a thesis entitled Systematics, Biostratigraphy and Taphonomy of Early Cambrian Mollusks from South Australia. Dr. Mohammed Massoud for a thesis entitled Responses to Double-Stranded RNA in Oysters, Developing a Model for Antiviral Immunity. Dr. Vincent Rialt for a thesis entitled The Biology and Fisheries of Angel Sharks and Saw Sharks in Southeastern Australia. Dr. Patrick Mark Smith, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for a thesis entitled Paleontology, Taxonomy and Biostratigraphy of Cambrian Assemblages from the Peta Orta Group, Amadeus Basin, Northern Territory. Dr. Zainab Suma Bayraktar for a thesis entitled Protein Glycosylation at the Single and Total Membrane Protein Level. Dr. Shabnam Tarahi Tabrizi for a thesis entitled Structural and Functional Analysis of GUN4 and GIH subunits of the magnesium chelatase enzyme. Dr. Elke Tilly Andrea Vermeulen for a thesis entitled Diversity of Protozoan Parasites in a Threatened Marsupial, Petrogala penicillata, which is part of a conservation program. Deputy Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering.
Here. Deputy Chancellor, I call on Dr. Marissa Jean Betts, who's graduated today with a Doctor of Philosophy, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Dr. Betts.
Good afternoon, Deputy Chancellor, members of Macquarie University, fellow graduates and guests. Today marks the conclusion of a long journey, and we can finally celebrate our success after years of hard work. Today is a good opportunity to reflect on our time at Macquarie, how this place and the people we have met here have influenced us, shaped our experiences and impacted on where we might go in the future. When I finished school, I started a visual arts and creative industries degree in Brisbane, but I dropped out. I gave up, I decided it was too hard, and it wasn't for me, and I went travelling overseas instead. Looking back, even though I really felt like a failure for dropping out, that decision was critical as it gave me the freedom to crystallise ideas about what I really wanted to do. Travelling had me hooked on the natural world and the natural sciences, and when I came back to Australia, I enrolled in my bachelor's at Macquarie, and I started in second semester 2007. I started in the Museum Studies program, which was great when it was running because it was a double degree, and that meant I had the opportunity to encounter a broad swathe of different subjects. But when I hit geology, everything just started to fall into place. For some reason, rocks really do it for me, particularly the ancient stories told by sediments and fossils. We also often ended up at the pub after class, which made me sure I'd finally found my people. I eventually transferred my degree and finished with a Bachelor of Science in Geology and did my honours and PhD in Paleobiology. I've met a lot of people that have a story like mine. People that ended up in a completely different place to where they thought they were heading when they first started out. But I really like the idea of using a university as a way to ricochet off into new directions. University should be a place where you meet new people, engage with a new community, and wrestle with new ideas. And that's what being at Macquarie has been about for me. I didn't do it by the book, whatever that is, but that's okay. I think education should be a journey, not a conveyor belt. I would like to thank all the people that I've met at Macquarie that have inspired me and influenced my trajectory. I'm sure all of the graduates have a long list of people to whom they owe an enormous amount of gratitude for helping them get across the line. Teachers, tutors, friends and family. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank them all on your behalf as well. Embarking on a degree is a really unique experience. It means that you've made a commitment to a process that you know is going to take years. Everyone graduating here made a commitment to themselves years ago, and now you are here today fulfilling that promise. Making it to the end is an incredible achievement, so a massive congratulations to all the graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa, for reminding us that universities are about discovery. Not only discovery and new knowledge, but about discovering ourselves. And I think it's a very timely reminder. Please join me again in thanking Marissa for speaking so well on behalf of the graduating class. And it's now time for a brief musical interlude. Ladies and gentlemen, that superb voice belongs to the wonderful Angela Brewer, who comes here every graduation ceremony to help make this a very special occasion. Please join me again in thanking Angela Brewer. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our musicians, our organist, Dr. James Forsyth, and Chinese traverse flautist, Dr. Chai Chang-ning. Also on these occasions, I like to take the opportunity to acknowledge and thank the representatives of our alumni community who come to these graduations day in and day out to help make things go fairly smoothly. They're the people who have got the Ask Me sort of badges on, and the ones who help make sure everybody's in the right spot. So please join me in thanking the representatives of our alumni community. Graduates, as I can now call you, this ceremony marks the end of one stage of your relationship with Macquarie University, but it's certainly not the end of your association with us. From today on, and for the rest of your lives, you are part of the bigger Macquarie family, our alumni, and part of a network of more than 170,000 Macquarie graduates spanning the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our Alumni Relations Office and hope that you'll come back here to attend functions, to undertake more study, as I know some of you are, or simply to visit our beautiful campus. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. I urge you to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry, to set ambitious goals for yourselves, and to continue the hard work that has already brought you so far. I challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet on life's journey. My hope is, as graduates of Macquarie University, you will use what you have learned not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the whole community. Believe it or not, you, each and every one of you, can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to do it. Because in almost everything you do, in your homes, in your workplaces, in your communities, all of these things matter and can make a huge difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large and small, can reverberate throughout society, through the decades, indeed through the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life, a great career, or a great achievement. And in all you do, I ask you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. I hope that you will also always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom are here with you today. And so to acknowledge their contribution and to thank them for it, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. First, I'd like our newest graduates to please stand. Now, I'd like you to place your testamers on the seats behind you because you're going to need your hands. And I'd like you to turn around and face your family and friends and give them a mighty round of applause. Now, you can turn around now, but I don't want you to sit down yet. Here on the dais are representatives of our academic staff, many of whom have helped you throughout your journey here at Macquarie. So please join me in thanking them. Now you can be seated now, but just for a few minutes. Shortly I'll lead the official party out, and it will be my very great honour to invite our newest graduates and their family and friends to join us for refreshments overlooking the lake. But before I do so, I'd like to wish you the very best with the words of an old Irish blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Thank you.
The official party will now leave the graduation hall through the centre aisle and will be followed by the graduates. Would all our members of the procession and their guests please stand? Please remain standing until the last graduate has been processed out. Thank you.